Artists need inspiration, and I wanted to build something that will inspire young musicians and music lovers, and in some ways will inspire artists who are at the height of their career, but who want to share their knowledge, who want to share their experience.
I've been very lucky all through my career to have worked with some amazing people who have been very generous to me. And I just think it's our duty to pass it on to as many people as we can.
Yeah, Di Bamba, because he's placing the words very carefully.
Meeting Susan Bullock and receiving coaching from her has enriched me not only the vocal technique, but also the artistry.
Of course, everybody had their own good teacher. But sometimes when you're parachuted in, like I was, and I do have a sort of an international career, and they see someone that maybe they want to be. I mean, they would like to have my career eventually. And when I tell them something, or show them something, and even if it's exactly the same as what they've heard back at home from their teacher, it takes on a different dimension. They think it's something different.
The place is unbelievable. I mean, going to Greece for something like that, enough here I have never been to. It's mind-blowing, and the place is so nice. And then teaching, when you had this sort of 3 different levels, it's so interesting. It was the first time I ever came across that, and I think that is very, very special, I think.
There is a lot of interaction happens between students of different age groups. We work with children under 16, and there's usually a conservative student that looks after them. He or she goes to their lessons, they take notes, they help them to practice to achieve their potential and to get the maximum out of the program.
I loved the fact that there was a variety of standards of students, that we had some people who were beginners and some people who were much more advanced, and everybody learned from each other.
There's a special bond that is created between a young child and an older student, and of course when they see each other in concerts, it's quite an enriching experience, because the kids really feel, they want their kind of helper to play really well themselves, and of course in return they look at them, they look up to them as an inspiration, because these people are just a little bit further up the way. For students from age of 16 to 30, not only there is a wonderful opportunity to work with world's most eminent artists, pedagogues, performers, and receive one-to-one tuition in very intense 8 days period, but also they have their teachers coming to their concerts and giving them feedback. There is a constant opportunity within these 8 days to ask questions, receive answers, do sort of creative thinking together.
Musical Odyssey was really absolutely right for 2 of our musicians, Tolga Atalaylı and Jacob Bettinelli. They both took an awful lot out of it. And they also made a lot of connections at the masterclass. They will be continuing these connections. In a way, Musical Odyssey, it's been kind of their own odyssey in self-development and self-discovery.
We award prizes which are both in London and in Europe. So far we've had recital prizes from France and from Greece. I think that's quite special.
Getting a prize meant really much to me, because I like to perform first of all, and I think it's kind of great to see other places when you can show your talent.
It is very important and unique about Musical Odyssey masterclasses, because we are learning and we are practicing to produce something, to create an atmosphere and to make music.
We look for the whole musician. We don't just look for talent and aptitude, but we look at how people interact with audience, how hard they work, how serious they take their studies, how they engage with other people, with their colleagues, how they engage with audience. And then we award prizes which are both in London and in Europe.
I was fortunate enough to be given the Young Virtuosi Festival Prize 2015, and this was a highlight of another summer. It was just wonderful.
She fitted in very, very well with our festival. She's delighted the crowd. She's an excellent actress, and I think we're very pleased that she was recommended by the Musical Odyssey Masterclasses.
The standard of the Musical Odyssey finalists are incredibly high, and it's a real privilege, of course, for this audience here to get a taster of what these young musicians can do.
And so I think that's quite a special and unique point of Musical Odyssey Masterclasses.
But my pupils consisted of not only incredibly talented youngsters of sort of 19 and 20 years old, but I had sort of a wunderkind of 12, and I had a young solicitor, young, he was 58 years old, whose idea of heaven was to come and play the piano for 8 days or however long he came for. And everybody had a chance to play, and everybody got along.
Supportive, and everybody comes to the concerts, and everybody really feels with the performer, so you can see on people's faces afterwards if somebody played really well, everybody's going to feel very good for him, and then if they did play so well, they feel sorry for him, but still people feel they don't just after the performance go home and don't interact or don't think anymore.